Hey folks, it's Rob, and this is Prison Architect Alpha Build 21, and it's time to start a new prison. So let's see, Fog of War, yeah, we like having that on. Continuous intake, not conducive to building great prisons. Let's get some medium terrain. Yes, I want to generate lakes. Yes, I want to generate buildings. Yes, I want failure conditions. Yeah, I'm going to leave that off. It gives me choice. So, right, let's see here. What do we got here? I know the terrain generation's still not right, so this is just dodgy as all hell. Let's try it again. Better, but uninteresting. Where's my lake? I didn't get a lake. Okay. I think I can work with this. I mean, this is a bit strange here, but I can deal with it. And yeah, it's interesting. I got a nice structure, complex of like walls here. There's a fair few trees. Yeah, this will encourage me to like buy more terrain eventually as well. So yeah. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one because it's much more interesting. Okay. So here's our garbage and deliveries, as usual. How do I want to take things? Let's look at the grants. So, let's see. Probably the easiest way to get the staff well-being initiative is to do it immediately, because no one will be exhausted. Does mean having to have 5 guards on my payroll immediately. I am going to need the administration center. Right, so we'll take that. And I'll take the staff well-being initiative. And we'll get that up and going. And considering the lake is very useful for like containing prisoners escaping, I'm going to set admin down here. Because why not? So let's see, I need a foundation. Let's do a little planning. Yeah, okay. Right, so let's see, I'm setting the admin center, let's say, like, right here, right? And that gets me a 4x4 on the inside, right? And that gets me the starting 2 offices I absolutely have to have. Because you got to have the warden and you got to have the admin. Now, on top of that, I think the staff area has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 plate spaces as well. And then I'm going to want a couple more offices eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because like the security officer has to go in. The psychologist and the foreman are going to be amongst the population, so I'm not going to have them in the admin building. But we will likely stick the CCTV in here. So, just to round that out to a structure, we'll do that. And let's see, we'll stick the entrance there. We'll have the staff area here in the middle. And I might make this into a cleaning cupboard over here, actually. just for the janitors. We'll see. But yeah, that would work. So we'll start building that right away. And utilities-wise, I'll take advantage of the fact I have these like walls, and we'll stick in the power station. Gotta leave enough room for the capacitors. Let's see, the water pump station can basically just sit in the corner. Yeah, we'll do it like that, because I like to have it that way. And we'll stick the power station adjacent, but not too adjacent. Yeah, like that. And we'll stick our capacitor right there in between. And we're going to need an electrical cable. It just runs down here like this. And then, materials-wise, some concrete wall. And this will be like a little storage area in here. Let's see. Exports, right now I'm just going to stick them here. Storage, like I said, I'm going to be sticking in here, but let's let the construction actually happen some. Get to work. Stick a staff door there. Yeah, so storage going in there like that. And the workers will idle around in there, because that's what they do. They idle around the storage area. Maybe I'll stick visitation like over here. That's possible. Oh, I need an entrance for this. Yep, staff door. Bing. There we go. Okay, that's resolved into existence. Now let's get those walls up. Let's see. The staff room will be right here in the middle. That's an office. That's an office. That's an office. I'm just going to temporarily assign that to be the first cleaning cupboard. Now, staff room has to have a drink machine and some sofas. There we go. Staff-wise, I gotta have my warden, Who's going to need furniture for his office as well. Well, you've decided you want that one. Okay, fine. There you go. And the other offices are going to need their things as well. No. There we are. Okay. Okay, bureaucracy, we need to unlock finance. And after you've done that, I want you to unlock security. Just because that's going to be essential. And to meet that requirement, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guards who do it without duties. So there we go. Now I can take our grant. Education reform takes forever, but that's why it pays off big. Health and well-being is achievable. Basic detention center is we're going to need just to have a jail. So we'll take that. Besides, I hired the guards. We might as well get some prisoners in here, right? Right. Yeah, so let's build something up over this way, I think. Alright, so let's see. I need a holding cell, shower, yard, kitchen, canteen, and I have the guards, and I don't have the chefs yet, but it's a starting point. I'm thinking I'm going to use this for a yard structure. Yeah, so let's put in the holding cell and such over here, and I'll probably move deliveries up, actually, but yeah, I'm thinking right here. Okay, let's just build something. I mean, I totally could just like do it the complicated and plan it out and well thought out way, but I like to be seeing my pants on some things. So let's just make this work, right? Right. Okay, so that is a pretty sizable building, but it'll do for all my immediate needs. And it's going to need a door, which I'm just going to stick right here. This large jail door is going to be our primary access point to that building. And start time. Get those workers working. Okay, we're going to need to run electrics. Just simply to put the capacitor in already, because we know we're going to need it. There we go, that gets us water. Now they'll knock down the trees, that'll give us a little extra paycheck. wait for all this stuff to happen. In fact, just to make it happen a little faster, why not? Because workmen aren't cheap, that's why not. But we do want to get things up and running before prisoners show up tomorrow. I'd like to be able to make use of everybody I'm paying for. There we are. Get my accountant in and have her work on extra grant, and then we'll have her work on tax relief because that'll improve our finances. This is going to be a pretty big all-in-one operation here, I'm thinking. I could decorate this, but I need my workers to be working. You know, I need them to be building this. I don't need them to be laying down floors for decorative purposes. Let's see, grant-wise. Well, I could just do a short-term investment right now. Yeah. Once the third extra grant's unlocked, I'll be able to do more with it, with the money. Okay, that gets us a building. And they're now going to fill that thing with lights, which is just a thing. Right. How much holding cell do I really want to have for a change? Or do I really want to have a minimal holding cell and just actually start getting cells in here? Let's see, the holding cell has to be 5 by 5. So, let's see, if I put it over here, has to be at least that size. Not very big, is it? Yeah, let's do things differently. I'm going to have a tiny little holding cell. And let's put a jail door on that because it's got to be secure. Things holding cells have to have. It's got to have a toilet and it's got to have a bench, right? So it's going to be much more like being in Cook County. You're going to have a toilet in the corner, toilet in the other corner, and we'll have a bench here and here. There we go. Not very nice. But I'm going to make it nicer in Cook County, and I'm going to put a payphone in here. Ooh. There we go. Now, something else we're going to need. We're going to need a shower. Let's get out the planning tool. Right, so I got a wall going down that way. I got a, if I want to run a wall down that way, that'll make a central corridor, right? And I can feed things off of that. So the door is currently there. Have them come out of here. I'm thinking I did run an awful lot of pipe down the side here, so it's a useful place to stick the shower. But I mean, it's like central shower would be good now. I'm thinking about it. Let's see, that's wall that we've established. I could put a classroom in here. Thinking planning wise. And let's see. Yeah, so what if I made all this over here cell blocks? Yeah, okay. So let's get a canteen and kitchen going. Yeah, okay. I could put that like over here. Right. Alright. Alright. Yeah. That would work. Okay, so if I have a kitchen, canteen, I want a double door onto the kitchen. And then run it over like that, right? And that could be the canteen, the kitchen for this area. But actually having over planning the kitchen is usually a good thing because it's takes up plenty of room and takes up plenty of time. If I do it like that and then just open it up like there. Then I'll stick prison kitchen right here. And that can have a door leading into there. Actually, it's whatever the serving table runs out to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. So, like there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like there. Right. Because it's good to let them get around. Right, so we're going to need some laundry area. Yeah, it would do. And then, like a cleaning cupboard. And that'll do for basic working. Right? The rest of this can be cells and shower. Yeah. So I can make this a shower area here. Yeah, that would be a pass-through shower. Common areas are going to have to be different now, aren't they? Yeah. As is the psychologist office. And I still want to stick... Yeah, okay. A lot of changes to incorporate the new modifications. Just thinking. And considering how I want to do things differently for a change. Let's get a small pipe. And stick the toilets there. Just feed those off each other. There we go. I'll run a large pipe over this way. Because we'll need to be able to feed the kitchen as well. Okay. Let's throw some of these walls up. Something just finished researching, so I'll need to deal with that. Okay. Pause for a moment. Oh, security's just been taken care of. Okay. And we're going to need to handle maintenance and health and well-being and education. Education's important to get started, although expensive. Maintenance, I'll start with there, and then we'll do education. In fact, I'll just spend the money now. Okay. Let's see. When I get my extra grant, what do I want? Health and well-being? Maybe. I'll take it. No. Do it like this, Rob. Because if that's going to be the laundry, and if I want to stick the laundry machines in the back because they don't rotate, I'll run the power up like that, and make sure it's a bit over there. Things are beginning to come together. Right. I'm going to want a large jail door for here. Because that's going to be a classroom. That just gets a door. That just gets a door. What? When did we get that kind of angle? That's new. Okay. Right. Staff-wise, get the security chief in here. Bam. First few cells. Actual sleeping provision. That's going to be a shower. These are going to be cells. And that is going to be a cleaning room. And that is going to be the canteen. And that is going to be the kitchen. Objects. Right. Serving table. Yeah, it's as long as I thought it was. Okay. Let's see. Bench, table, bench, bench, table. Come on, autosave. Alright. Just start out. Hate to find myself broke because I overinvested. Okay, the holding cell's are actually operational. Good. Once these toilets are in, I will assign those cells with doors. Objects. I need a drain. I need shower heads. Come on. Right, these jail doors can go on then. How are we doing here? Yeah, so we're going to need cleaning. And health and mental health are going to be important as well. And we're going to want prison labor. Let's start fitting out the kitchen with some objects. So we're going to need sinks. Get some cookers. Some fridges, and it's always good to have a bin in the kitchen just because trash happens. And let's see, utilities wise, I need to make sure that the electrical cables are in the right places. They are. And I need water into there. I am going to need water down here eventually as well for the laundry. The metal floor improves their movement rate, so that's actually worthwhile in a main thoroughfare like that. Staff, I'm going to need some cooks. They'll start doing their thing. Prisoners are arriving in about an hour, so we kind of need to get things in order here. Let's see. That'll let me house my first 8 prisoners. Let's see, utility, small pipe. That's not necessary, that's not necessary. Make sure the wall's still going up. There we are. Okay. Beds. Where's the beds? Why am I not seeing beds? Seriously. I am been struck blind or something. I don't know what's going on. There it is. And toilets. Who doesn't love toilets? That means my first 8 prisoners are actually going to be in cells for a change instead of sitting around in a holding cell. That'll be a nice change. I am going to need a yard, so I better get that signed out. Thinking fast and dirty yard right now. Gonna need to be able to keep them from coming in and out. Just to make sure we're secure. And we'll stick that there. How we doing here? Okay. Stuff's still going on. Cool. I need to assign him an office to maintenance for temporary purposes. Until I'm ready to set up the workshop. So... Right. Why am I so bad at finding things today? Office. There we are. What I was going to use for a classroom is going to be an office for the short term. So that gets a desk, and a chair, and a filing cabinet. Nope, filing cabinet, I said. And it gets a foreman. Alright, since we've determined that we're using this here as our throughway, we'll do that. Drop that thing off of planning. Okay. Don't think I can assign a laundry yet. Yeah, I need prison labor before I can do that. Right. Things are coming along. Alright, room. This is my yard. Like I said, quick and dirty. So I stick a staff door there so visitors can get in and out, and one there as well. I don't think I've researched deployment yet. Yep. Definitely need deployment. Yeah, if I don't have the outer area secure, they'll get the idea that they can escape, and we don't want that. And since I'm fairly close on power, I'm going to fit our capacitor in. Let's give them a mosaic floor. Let's be different. Alright, so meals are being served. That's good. Looks like prisoners are eating. Okay. I should assign these other cells. And make sure they have doors. And I really do need some metal detectors in operation, so we're going to do that. Where are they hiding? There they are. That's going to need electricity as well. I see no reason why not to continue this pattern up the side here. Let's see. Do like to make sure that the yard area has some things in it, so we'll get take care of that in a moment. Let's see here. Set a couple phone booths in there, and some weight benches. Where are we on bureaucracy now? Okay, so education's been approved. Alright, we're beginning work on mental health. Okay. Thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I want is the psychologist office to be adjacent to the common room. Actually, could stick the common room right there. Yeah. Okay. Office. He gets a staff door. No, he doesn't get a staff door, because I need to be able prisoners to possibly to get in there. Right. And that's going to be our common room. Psychologist office always gets a few extra chairs. Let's see here. That should allow for an AA meeting. Yeah. And let's see, we'll put in stick some phone booths right there and just make that into the common room over that way as well. There we go. They'll get a bit more use out of that. What did we just get? Cleaning? Excellent. Okay, staff. Give me janitors. Just start working. The jail door. Okay. Just to make sure we have plenty of capacity in the shower later on. Make sure my extra shower heads are in place. Let's play with a regime. So, okay, currently we have nothing here. Right, so let's make that free time instead. Then we have a shower. Then it's work time. Then we eat. Then we go to the yard. Then we get free time again. Then we work again for a bit. Then we eat. Could work. May need to fiddle with that. At least I can deploy guards now. Right, one guard has to always be out here. One guard should always be in here. This is a staff-only area. I'm going to need a medical ward, 2 doctors, and the psychologist. It doesn't have to be big. Okay. Do I have the infirmary unlocked yet? Possibly not. Where is it? Kennel, morgue, armory, laundry, security, workshop, forestry, office, visitation, classroom, execution. Ah, infirmary. Still locked. Okay. Health, hour and 32 minutes away. Okay. Is everybody working on stuff? We do need patrols. You're working. Okay. Wow, I just about never am at more cells than I have prisoners. That is certainly a switch up for me. We're all enjoying our fine meals of potato. Doesn't appear to be any bacon today. Okay, well, I think health just unlocked, so... Right. Just make that the infirmary. Stick a medical bed in there. Oh yeah, the heroin program goes in there too, doesn't it? So yeah, I won't just cheap out. I'll put an extra medical bed in right away. Why doesn't it think it's indoors? Oh no, it thinks it's indoors. Okay. Staff. Doctor. Whoa, you just like split by like a... Are you an amoeba? Cellular division, reproduction. Okay. And we'll need our psychologist, who is... I think we already have. Yeah. Okay, so we can hire him. And that means we're ready for the next round of grants. Let's see. That's certainly something I'll be doing. And visitation. Actually, increasing my capacity to 15 is definitely within my plans. So, yeah, we'll do that. And I need 10 guards in total. We're working on patrols. And then I'll need to assign 3 patrol routes, and then that's bit 1 done. Yeah. Why are we all hanging out in the holding cell? You guys can have cells. We have free beds and cells. Move these guys. I can get actual sleep. I don't want anybody rioting right now. There we go. Okay. Programs. Let's see. Kitchen safety and hygiene, definitely. Methadone, we should do that. Well, I think that's going to do for episode 1. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, folks. Goodbye.